What's up, everybody? How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Your day is going great. In this episode, I talk about how I create custom cover images for my podcast episodes. These are episodes that I have really amazing guests coming on, and I want to make sure that I create a custom cover image just for my guests so they can share on their platform and I can share on my different platforms to promote their episodes. So I create multiple sizes, and I want to walk you through the application that I use, Figma, on how to create these or how to start from a template and create a new one or create your own new template. Again, this application is super powerful. It can do a lot more than just this. It's got a lot of power in it. So let's dive right into it. Here we go. I want to make sure that my image is not blocking the user interface. I think we have most of the areas that I'm going to be working on is up here and down here, and want to make sure that we have these layers visible. So let me see if I can drag this, make it a little bit more, use a little more space on the screen, and I think that's pretty good enough. All right. So here you can see I have a square image, a rectangular image, and another rectangular image without the text down here. Well, why is that? Well, if you look at the resolution or the dimensions for this 720, this is a 1280 by 720 image, which can be used in videos like this one, or videos that I create to promote the podcast episodes on Facebook Live, on Twitter, Periscope, whatever it is. That's the image that I'll use, and I use the title of the episode down here and match the color. We'll talk more about that later. So let's take a look at the structure of what a cover looks like. So let's zoom into this cover of headers. We have multiple sections. So if you look in the left layer panel over here, we have a lot of things going on. We have the cover text, which is that entire block of text. The cover image is the actual block of text that's created, which includes the logo, the other pieces of text that are in here. So if I wanted to change the guest name, I'll simply go in here, choose the layer here, and double click. And now I'm able to update the text in here, and voila. Now, cool thing in this app is that I can also change the font type, which I don't want to because that's the entire reason I created a template. So very minimal time spent in creating these images. So let's zoom out by command negative. What I want to do is I want to create a new copy of this last cover image of John Molyneux. So I hold down the Alt key, and then you'll see when I'm hovering over the actual artboard, I can now drag down. See, those double arrows means that you're creating a new copy. Once I've created a copy, I can then look at my list. Okay, what's my next guest coming on? What's his name? And I'm going to simply copy the name from the file and go in here and just simply paste the name, update the text for the episode to episode 25, and voila, I am ready to go. The last thing I want to do is I want to make sure that this text is also matches our new file. But what's missing? We're missing the actual image. So let's go ahead and bring in place the image. Here we go. We have Colin's image saved here from before. So I'm going to grab that. I'm going to drop it on the canvas. I don't want to drop it inside the artboard yet because it's going to create an image with the background. So the image that we have right now is without any background, and I like it I like that way. So let's go ahead and delete this layer, bring this layer inside here, and now I can drag around the image of Colin inside his cover. What I also want to do is make sure when I am resizing, I want to resize it so it doesn't, so it constrains the proportions. So I want to drag the image and pop it somewhere right around there. You'll also notice that he's blocking his own episode. So to remedy that, we'll simply drag this layer down below the cover text layer, and now this looks good. The other thing that we notice is that his coat is actually blending into the background color. We don't want that. So let's go ahead and click on the image placeholder, and let's click on the fill. The fill currently is a solid fill. We want a linear fill. And once that linear fill is here, I can simply change the color. So on the top one, we can see some white in his hair. So let's choose the white color from his hair right there. And then the background color, or the bottom color I want to choose, is something from a lighter color. So something from his shirt will look pretty good. Again, you can play around on how you want this to look. Once that is set up, I can simply let go. We'll close this panel, and voila, here we have the photo, the cover photo for this episode. Next thing I want to do is I want to create a wide version of this file. So let's copy this John Molyneux's wide version. Next thing I want to do is I want to copy the text from here, paste it in here, call this wide, and then I will remove this layer, make a copy of Colin's layer. Again, I can go inside the layer and choose Alt and drag it into this new artboard, which is really helpful. Now his image doesn't show as great as, because what we want to do is we want to just resize it and place it in there. Again, bring it below the image placeholder. Now we spent some time in creating this image placeholder for the back. So let's create a copy of this one. So simply just hit Command C, come into this place, this artboard, choose a placeholder, and then hit paste. So now this one's a square, but that's okay. We can simply resize it and drop it like that. And voila, we are good to go. Almost good to go. We still got to update the text here. So let's again paste or type in Colin Dingelstad and update this guy down here. And voila, now I'm ready to save these two files onto my computer and upload them to WordPress, upload them to Anchor, where the podcast is ready to be published or waiting or scheduled to be published. So again, that's my process of how I create custom podcast cover images for my guests, for my podcast on Hacks and Hobbies. Thanks for watching this video. Have an amazing day. Adios.